So the next experiment we are going to perform is router on a stick. So basically here we have a router that is connected with a multi-layer switch, and the multi-layer switch is in turn connected with two other PCs. So the connection between the router and the multi-layer switch is in trunk mode, whereas the connection between the multi-layer switch and the PC is in access mode. The router here is acting as a router on a stick. So the router on a stick is used to configure inter-VLAN routing on the router using sub interfaces. So basically, we're trying to ping one PC with the other using router in this case. So for this purpose, I have configured the devices with the following IP addresses: VLAN 1, that is the management level VLAN, is 10.1.1.0. VLAN 10 and VLAN 20 are 10.1.10.0 and 10.1.20.0 respectively. The switch IP address is 10.1.1.25. So now we can move on to the configurations of the router and the multi-layer switch. So in the router, we begin with configuring the interface gigabit Ethernet 0/0/0/0. We are trying to create a sub interface for this 0/0/0 gigabit internet, and we are using this method encapsulation .1q1 native. So basically, we apply encapsulation .1q for VLAN 1, and we set it to native. Basically, we are applying this native method to VLAN 1 because it is the management line VLAN. It is the only management level VLAN that we have, and we are assigning the IP address as 10.1.1.25. Next, we move on to configuring move on to configuring the other sub interfaces, that is 0/0/0.10 and 0/0/0.20 using the same encapsulation method. But the difference between configuring VLAN 10 and VLAN 20, these methods for VLAN 10 and VLAN 20 is that the sub interfaces are not native because they are not connected to the management line. So here we have used a native method, whereas here we are not using a native method because they are not connected to the management line. So that pretty much ends our configuration for the router. We have just configured the various sub interfaces that we have. Next, we move on to configuring the switch. So switch, first we define the default gateway, that is 10.1.1.254. So basically this is the management line IP address that we are assigning as a default gateway. So whenever the switch is confused or does not know where to send the package, it will invariably send the package to this IP address. Next, we move on to configuring the link between the router and the switch, which is interface gigabit Ethernet 1/0/1. So we are establishing a trunk mode between these two as they are in as the connection is in trunk mode, and we are using this encapsulation .1q method as well. Now we move on to the interface between the multi-layer switch and the PC, which is interface gigabit Ethernet 1/0/2. We are assigning the VLAN 10 to this particular line, and then we are establishing the mode as access. Similarly, we are doing the same thing as for the other PC, that is using the interface gigabit Ethernet 1/0/3 method, 3 interface, and we are assigning that as VLAN 20, and we are giving it as the mode access. Now that we are done with the configurations, let us see the small. Let's see how they run when we try to execute the command that we have set. So first we are trying to run the router, run the commands on router. So as you can see, the gigabit Ethernet port for 0.1, 0.10, 0.20 are all changed to state up in the case of a router. Now let's check the same for multi-layer switch. The interface gigabit Ethernet 1/0/1, 1/0/2, and 1/0/3, as we have seen, are also changed to state up. So they are all up and working. Now finally, let's try to ping this PC to this PC. We know that the address of the other PC is 10.1.20.254. So as you can see, we are able to ping one PC to the other PC, and we have a 100%, we have a 0% loss and 100% success rate. Hence we have completed the experiment successfully. Thank you.